The hypodermic needle theory. The hypodermic needle theory refers to how audiences can be influenced by various texts in a direct way. This basically refers to how ideas are injected directly into the minds of the audiences, such as in The Human Centipede 2. They played on this fact of saying how the character actually watched the first film and then tried to recreate the events of the first film as a direct result of watching the images from the first.
Hey, come on, let's get this lease signed, eh?
The Human Centipede first sequence. There we go! Yeah!
Martin, I'm here today because your mother is very worried about you.
He keeps on talking about a centipede with 12 people.
Today we're talking about the hypodermic needle theory, which was one of the earliest ways of thinking about how the mass media influences audiences. It was developed in the 1920s and 1930s after researchers observed the effect of propaganda during World War I and events like the Orson Welles War of the Worlds broadcast. The hypodermic needle theory is a linear communication theory which suggests that media messages are injected directly into the brains of a passive audience. It suggests that we're all the same, and we all respond to media messages in the same way.
Desensitization theory. Because audiences have consumed so many forms of text over the years, what we're used to does not have the same effects as what it used to in the past. Such as a horror film, for example, take The Exorcist. In the past, audiences would watch and find it the most scariest film, and at a time it was the most scariest film on the market as a general film. But now when we watch it, we don't really have the same effect. Here's an example of what audiences used to find of the film.
Why was that? I'm not going back in there.
I have a friend in there alone, and I don't want to leave her in there alone.
I'm not standing here shaking for nothing.
How about you?
It's very, very real.
I don't like it. I want to go home. I want to see if it's going to make me throw up.
That is one of the most grossest movies in the world. I ain't never took my coat and hooked it over my face like that.
I thought it was very powerful. Just turned my mind.
Terrible.
But I just found it really horrible. I just had to come out. I couldn't take it anymore.
People are extremely depressed by this.
Language, violence and sexual content in the media do not have the same effect on audiences because they've already been consumed too much. In many ways it's like a repetition theory of watching it so many times that we're just not affected in the same way. Take the film Die Hard. The first time you watch it, the film has so much violence, so much language in it that we usually are affected by it and saying that should we be watching this? But yet now when we watch it, we're so used to it that it doesn't faze us in any way.
Fucking. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Fucking. Shut up.
Fuck, motherfucker, you. Fucking motherfucker. Fucking butt fuck. Fucking be fucking up.
Fucking hell. The theory refers to the texts are made for different audiences, and some examples of this are diversion, the form of escapism, personal relationships, where the audience gains a personal relationship with the characters or the narrative.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Personal identity, where the audience identifies and compares their life with the media text. And surveillance, where the audience makes a kind of window to a new world using the text. Preferred and oppositional readings. When analysing a text, audiences might be influenced to make conclusions from one side to another, basically meaning that one side might be the preferred way of thinking, but the other side might be the oppositional way of thinking. For example, take a horror film. Some audiences might go into the horror film and get the preferred reading, such as being scared, frightened, not wanting to go see it, but still watching, whereas the oppositional theory would be that audiences going to watch it and are not scared, they are not affected by it, and actually kind of find it maybe quite funny to watch. And another example of this could be Top Gun and the volleyball scene. For example,
Let's go! Okay, I down!
look at those muscles. Yeah, I'm pumped.
That's good! Come on.
Or you could see it like this.
Let's go! Okay, I down!
Gay. Cultural competence. Cultural competence refers to the way in which audiences are able to understand and emphasize to the media text and their cultures as well as other cultures. Being culturally competent can be broken down into 4 sections. Awareness of own culture, knowledge of various cultures and world views, attitudes toward other cultures, and cross-culture skill sets. Some audiences are not critically competent and therefore misinterpret a text, which whilst can be mostly harmless, it can result in audiences reacting socially negatively. For example, when watching Apocalypto, audiences from that culture might find it very humble and might see it as a ritual experience to see what's going on. Some audiences who are intertwined with kind of films like that, who know knowledge of other cultures, might see it as a way of forming the audience to see how the other lives live. But audiences who are not used to it might find it a little strange to watch. Fan culture, which basically means how audiences react to the film that they have seen. For example, one of the biggest events that we have today's date is Comic-Con, where audiences can dress up as their favourite characters and act out scenes from their films and meet characters from the films. Semiotic production. Semiotic production is where audiences make even the slightest meaning from a film. Elements such as genre, iconography, and mise-en-scène help correctly connoting the signifying different things to different audiences. This can include both narrative and emotional meaning, and can be done both passive and active audiences. And this basically means where, from watching a film, we are able to get the slightest meaning from the film and narrative, such as when we watch a sad film, we might feel emotionally compromised from what we have just watched. When we watch a horror, we might again feel emotionally compromised from feeling scared. NUK production is where an audience will reflect on the film afterwards, and this basically means reviews. Yes, reviews. Audiences come home after watching maybe a film or reading a comic or listening to their favourite CD and will make a review about it. Maybe not on camera, but maybe speaking about it to other friends.
Why am I here? Scary Movie 5 is dog shit. So that's what I did with my day. I watched this because I'm a fucking asshole.
NU active production can be done through both active and passive audiences, but is mainly found more in an active audience member. Textual production is where audience members actually seek out to be a part of their favourite film. For example, coming in from watching one of your favourite films, take from Iron Man 3 or The Hunger Games, you might want to make a little fan film to show the audiences that you are a true fan. And here's an example.
My name is Callaway Forge. I live in the refuse of District 12 with my sister Lily. I live in one of the 12 districts of Panem, the country we live in, run by President Snow.
top 5 going into the day. And with this little stunt, you moved into number 1.
It was so beautiful. It was alright. It was quite sweet.
Emotional.
No, not really. It was just kind of like, it's a dog.
Like I was watching a dog.
Boring. Depressing.
Sad.
Yeah,
and
it's really sad.
Happy at the same time.
How did it make you feel?
Bored.
Well, no, yeah, you would feel like bored, but like I don't know, I felt really like down.
Like, what even was that?
So you didn't enjoy it?
No.
You wouldn't watch that?
Stupid.
Slapstick, it wasn't really my sort of humour.
So it wasn't funny?
No.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, quite obviously a comedy, but I found it quite fine.
Yeah, it was funny. Enjoyed that.
Are they eating
You don't have to watch if you don't.
Oh, it's fucking disgusting. Those sounds generally make me want to throw up.
So you'd say that you wouldn't watch that
No.
film?
It was gross, but it was interesting. Kind of makes you want to watch it.
I'm desensitized right now.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't want to watch that?
It would have been nice if you warned us though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, but that's enough point.
I'll let me watch it to find out what the hell's going on.